the company is using QuickBooks Pro but needs to record inventory assemblies. How do we fix this? So what we're talking about here is a company that buys things, many small parts, does something to put these small parts into some bigger thing and sells the final product. We can be talking about ingredients to make cakes. We can be talking about bolts and wood and nails to make structures. You can tell I slow down whenever I really don't know what I'm talking about, which is like wood and nails and bolts. Why did I even say that? I don't know much about wood, nails, and bolts, but you get my point. When you take lots of things and put them together and sell the finished product, that's what QuickBooks calls an inventory assembly. So first of all, QuickBooks Pro cannot handle inventory assemblies. For that, you need QuickBooks Premier or QuickBooks Enterprise. Enterprise is way more expensive than Premier. So if you don't require the other features of Enterprise, there's no need to upgrade to Enterprise. If you just need inventory assemblies, but everything else is working just fine in Pro, then just upgrade to Premier. In general, if you're going to make the upgrade to Premier, I'd say get the Accountant's Edition because it's in my opinion, it's worth the money for the time-saving features that are in the Accountant's Edition and not in the other editions, even the other editions of QuickBooks Premier. So if anybody wants to know about what those exciting features are, go ahead and ask me and I will answer that question as well. So in inventory assembly, if you might be wondering, okay, why bother with this whole inventory assembly thing? I load in the items, I purchase them, I sell them, why bother? And the answer is it has a direct impact on your income tax situation and a direct impact of your organization's profitability. So if the information about what's being bought, made, and sold in reality doesn't get into your accounting records, two things are going radically awry. First of all, your overall company profitability is being reported incorrectly, which means you're going to have incorrect income tax liability. Could be too high, could be too low, but whatever it is, I can pretty much guarantee you that it's incorrect and you don't want to have to deal with that. Secondly, for internal tracking purposes, it's not enough to know which items are your top selling items. Always be clear on which items are your most profitable items to sell. If your company feels really busy, but you don't have a lot of money in the bank, you're not alone. And there are a lot of companies out there in that predicament. And when they take a look at the real trends in their inventory sales, it often happens that the top selling item is not necessarily the most profitable, nor is it a gateway to more profitable items. So the only way to have easy, real-time, ongoing visibility into that is if you have easy, real-time data streams and processes set up such that when something happens in reality, that's captured in the accounting system. That means we bought some red dye and we bought some crushed ice. We record those raw materials purchases in inventory. Then and we bought paper cones. Those are our 3 raw materials. Then when we, in reality, combine the red food grade dye and the crushed ice and the cones, the paper cones, and we said, aha, behold, a snow cone is born. In the accounting system, you do what in QuickBooks is called an assembly build. And it reduces the quantity and the value at average cost of those 3 raw materials and shows that we now have 1 snow cone in stock. Hopefully, that snow cone is sold very quickly or else you'll have a problem. We call that damages and shrinkage. But I know, accounting humor. Anybody feeling me on that one? If I have accountants on the call, I'm going to get a lot of hearts all of a sudden because Jamie just made a damages and shrinkage joke. So anyhow, and then when that snow cone is sold, what's deducted, what's expensed on a profit and loss through cost of goods sold is going to be the total of the average cost of each of those component parts. So just use the features of the accounting system to capture in the accounting system what's happening in reality step by step. So if you're assembling things in reality, it's an assembly item. Go make your snow cones, sell them, and be profitable.